Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Apologies for having left it a while since the last video. I've just had a busy week. No reason to be alarmed, no coronavirus or anything, but that situation has really escalated in the UK recently, as it has in most countries. So, I wish you all the best and your loved ones and stuff with that. But on a lighter note, it's time to play some Magic. Seems digital Magic is much safer than paper Magic these days, so we're going to play online. This is another one of my adventures in Grixis. This time I'm trying to play more on the board, more creatures, and it's probably too greedy. There's probably too much top end, but we'll give it a go. All the creatures impact the board in some way. The glint sleeves and the attresses draw cards, although the glint sleeve is a bit slow. The Bone Crusher Giants and Murderous Riders and Ravenous Chupacabras are removal, and I guess the Glorybringer too. And the Bolus and the Croakser will hit the opponent's hand. The idea is that we get to pull ahead through infinite 2-for-1s. It might work. Who knows? I played a similar version to modest success last time. Last time I played anything like this, I should say. Yeah, it seemed like a fairly easy keep. Excuse me. Right, I'm going to get the Fabled Passage out of the way. That was a mistake. Should have played the Watery Grave. I was thinking that I wanted to... But I have to get a Swamp because I really want to draw a card off the Siphoner, which means we're missing out on a red source. So I think I've blown that a bit. This looks like Sultai Delirium. So, yeah, well, for those unaware, by the way, there's a lot of Grixis Pioneer content on this channel. So if you've never been here before, but you want to see people using watery graves, by people I mean me, I would maybe have a look in the archives. And by archives, I mean past videos. I haven't got like a... this isn't the Jedi Temple. We don't have stacks of holocrons. As disappointing as that is. So we really, really need to draw red mana, although the Aether Hub can make red, and the Siphoner, if we untap with it, we get to draw a card anyway. This is a Grizzly Salvage, it's a Wayfinder. Okay, let's see what they take. Looks like they took the Breeding Pool to me. We would like to draw a card. Okay. So this is a fairly straightforward turn. I'm just going to attack with the Siphoner and use my energy to make red for the Giant. So we can keep doing stuff. And then we might do something along the lines of Chupacabra, whatever the best thing they have going on is. Maybe they play a Jace or something like that. Fair enough. Opponent is not keen on us untapping with the Siphoner. They're taking it quite slow, which I think is fine by us. Blood Crypt is a good draw. I'm going to play it to give us an outside chance of playing the Glorybringer next turn if we draw another red source. It's a bit disappointing that we don't currently have double red, considering we could have if I'd played this differently, so lots to consider there, but we've got enough good stuff going on. Okay. Hmm. I'm just going to play the Atris if it's not clear. And I think it was, again, I think that was really poor to play the land first. That was dumb, because they might have given me a pile with a Blood Crypt in. Yeah, apologies for the loose, sloppy play. I haven't played Magic all week. I've been far too busy, and consequently, I am a little rusty. K command would be a nice one, to be honest. I would like that in my hand, but it's not the end of the world. That Nissa, we are going to have to kill that with the Murderous Rider, I think. Although, we might just be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we've got lethal next turn. No, we don't. Yes, we do. We have Grixis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we don't. How frustrating. Okay, you got it. Didn't like that. Alright, well, that suits me. I think I want ley lines. I think we want to settle in for a long game, really, so we probably just want to go as big as possible. So I think I want Chandras and ley lines. I don't think I want all 4, because if it is a long game, we don't want to draw them. And I could side out some amount of the smaller stuff, although I don't want to leave my curve too high. This is tough to know what to do. Bone Crusher Giant doesn't have many good targets aside from Jace, which is a good target, but yeah, I don't think I can justify the ley lines. They're too bad of a draw late. I'm just going to bring in the Chandras and go even bigger and see how we get on. Didn't really think the opponent's concession at that point was too necessary. I mean, we were gonna put them to a sort of low-ish life total on the attack, but we weren't threatening killing them. An untapped black mana would be an absolutely amazing draw. Like a Watery Grave would be my dream, if the universe feels like delivering for me. I guess they take the Glint Sleeve. Maybe Chandra, if their hand has like a Fatal Push in it. Took 1 Thoughtseize, that's the card I least expected. The sort of mild inconvenience of having the Dragon Skull Summit tap there, but it's basically all fine. I'm going to... No, they must have a... Yeah, I'm going to play the Croaxer just to be mana efficient, because maybe next turn I can double spell if I draw a land. I'm going to assume they would have taken the Glint Sleeve Siphoner if they weren't able to answer it. As they've mulliganed, cards like Grixis should be quite punishing. Okay. Pretty great. So this will leave me unable to draw a card, but I think it's important to protect it and punished. Of course they had two answers. Well, hopefully they spend their turn answering my Glint Sleeve Siphoner, and I spend my turn playing a Chandra and killing their Courser or something like that. We know their follow-up is Mopey as well. This is pretty great. Yeah, this is punishing for the opponent having mulliganed, I have to say. Not ideal for them. They play the Wayfinder. They probably find nothing very exciting. Yeah, okay. And we're going to just try and grind it out. Opponent is being slow for some reason. I do wonder if they're like giving some thought to not continuing playing. I'm not going to cast that. I'm going to just get this down, kill the Wayfinder. It's a good one. Got 3 mana available. It's also a good one. Swamp. Okay, so it's very simple. We just Fatal Push, play the Siphoner, and attack for 2. I'm not sure. This turn I think was fine. I'm not sure if the previous turn I was wrong to decline playing the Siphoner. Yep. They have Auro. They cannot escape it yet, which is nice. But that is going to allow them to keep up fairly well. I would like to. Okay. That's not the worst. Just going to see what we hit here before I... Okay. So we hit a land, which is fine. We can do things like use the Chandra minus and an exert or something to remove an Uro that they're likely to put in the way, or we can, you know, combine Chandra plus Kolagon's command damage or something like that. It would be nice if, because they're going to go to 9, it would be nice if we could save the 2 points from here to go face and just use the exert plus the ability to kill this, assuming they make no other dent on the board. What do they get? Something that gains life, perhaps. Hostage Taker. That's a card I almost put in this deck. And perhaps should have. But there we are. They weren't technically dead because they don't know about this, but... Or do they, from the earlier Thoughtseize? Maybe they do know about it. Either way, got them. Time to keep Grixising. See if we can get a good result. When Pioneer was a new format, I was kind of... Crushing is a strong word, but I was doing well with Grixis. And then it got harder and harder as the metagame sort of fleshed out a bit. But I do have, in general, I don't know about this version, but in general, my Grixis decks tend to be really good against Inverter. So if that's still the top dog, that might be good. And yeah, this is... I'm mildly optimistic. Let's say that. Let's say I'm hoping we might get like at least maybe sneak a 3-2 or something out of this league, because I've been getting real bad results with Grixis online to the point where I've stopped playing online leagues. You may have noticed most of the content on this channel changed to modern because I wasn't getting a lot out of. It's a great hand. Wasn't getting a lot out of playing the Grixis deck. Hopefully they'll play something that could be killed with a stomp. That doesn't look like it, does it? I suppose there's a chance that's a Spirits deck. Either way, I think we're playing this this tapped Blood Crypt. Hopefully they'll just play something like a Selfless Spirit or something, and we can... Actually, Selfless Spirit's an annoying one because they can make my Bone Crusher Giant go away, but I think I'm still meant to do it. It's still a 1-for-1, it stops it being a 2-for-1 if they remember to sacrifice. But I think that's fine. We can just play out our stuff from here. We can curve very nicely, like good removal into a creature that draws cards into a bolus. Chris, you twat. Sorry, viewers. That was awful. That was the actual dumbest thing I could have done. I'm hoping they're holding up a Spell Queller. That's a Rattle Chains, okay. Well, it would have been nice to have killed that. I'm so sorry. That was like the worst sequencing I've ever done, and it was just like a momentary lapse in concentration. I wonder what's in opponent's hand. It must just be some collected companies they can't cast or something. This is bait for a Spell Queller if it isn't obvious. Let's hope they take the bait. Perfect. against spirits, you want to try to sequence things so that you're making your significant plays when they're tapped out, because they're so good at interacting for cheap, sometimes free if they've already got, what's it called, Mausoleum Wanderer in play. So we've got a decision to make, because both these 5-drops are A, excellent, and B, can't get spell quelled. I think I'm just going to play the Bolus out. If there's one thing I've learned from playing Grixis, it's that plussing Boluses just runs away with games. They can't spell quell it. I don't think they're playing any actual counter spells. And I'll be surprised if we don't untap with it. It's not out of the question. They could go like Rattle Chains, 1-drop, untap Lord, and we could lose it that way, but they'd have to have a very specific sequence of cards for this to go horribly. Okay, they might have it. Okay, so we should get to untap with Bolus. I can't imagine they can make that thing 5 power. And then from here it should be like fairly trivially easy to win. Yep. We have no way to wipe out both their creatures. We can... I think I just want to get the Scarab God down. It's just another ridiculous thing they have to deal with. Sure, they can attack this down, but then they've got like... They've got to handle me reanimating spell quellers at instant speed and stuff. It's going to be a nightmare for them. Bolus has already done great work. It's drawn me 2 cards and exiled 2 cards from their hand. So, like, plus it's fogged a bit. So, I'm not too disappointed with its contribution. I'm going to shock myself, and I'm going to have access to, like, Bone Crusher Giant plus make a 4/4 Selfless Spirit anytime. So, let's go for this one. Maybe they weren't ready for that, I'm not sure. Either way, that should hold the ground. We can try to Bone Crusher Giant or Rattle Chains at some point. That's an unfortunate draw for the opponent, who's probably still sitting on collected companies. So the tapped land, I assume, is a massive tilt. Top. Let's see what opponent's got. Sure, I think that's fine. There's so many choices at the moment, I'm not at all confident that the way I'm playing is correct. But we've got such a resource advantage that it kind of feels like it's going to be really hard for the opponent to win. I kind of just have to take game actions. We'll have to see. Come on, Carlo. I wonder what he or they or... Well, Carlo's probably a he. I wonder what they're thinking about. I'm sure you're all aware. I assume it's the same everywhere, but in Britain, nearly all Magic is cancelled, and what Magic is being played in weird circumstances where everyone's, you know, you're not cutting each other's decks, and you have to wash your hands before and after every draft. And like my LGS has one small sink about, I don't know if you can, like that. It's like the size of a piece of paper. Man, this this is hard to demonstrate. But yeah, we have one small sink, so between like 40 players, when everyone's just wanting to make sure they stay disease-free, it's a little bit awkward. One quite cool trick we can do to get Revolt is we can do something along the like if they're threatening our life total meaningfully somehow, we can reanimate a Selfless Spirit, block with it, sack to get Revolt, and then Fatal Push an Empyrean Eagle or something like that. Something I just occurred to me as quite a cool option. I don't really know. I wonder if opponent's disconnected. I may just pause the video and then come back to you guys. Alright, opponent has woken up, and it actually didn't take that long. The video was only off for a few seconds. We are going to find out how sort of good of an offensive they're able to mount. It needs to be pretty good. I'm fairly sure they can't attack, given that they're on 5. Wow. We're going to make a blocker. I think I'm going to block the largest one. Is it collected company time? It is. So they can tap my Selfless Spirit. So they're going to die because they'll lose 1 to the Scarab God and 4 to these stomps. Okay, good. Well, that felt like we won because the opponent was slow. That's the only reason I think we won that. Just going to bring in some Witch's Vengeance as they're here for this exact matchup. I probably want Mystical Dispute more than I want Thoughtseize or Croaker. Or like Atris, because it's on the ground. Nah. I'm going to cut Bolus on account of it being slow and clunky, although... No, I'm not. I've just remembered that 5 mana is a real big deal against spirits, so I'm going to bring them back and hope that it registers in time. Yeah, I always forget that. 5 mana is so good. This hand isn't very good. This hand's quite good. We just need a land, but if we can get there, then this Witch's Vengeance should be great. Alright. I'll probably try and kill that this turn, and then, as in on my turn, with my turn 2, my second turn's worth of mana, let's say that. Probably be on the opponent's turn, and then try and fire off a Witch's Vengeance after that. Well, that makes me want to play this instead, and I regret not Fatal Pushing on turn 1. I was probably wrong. Although the good news is we don't have to Witch's Vengeance that soon, because the opponent's not got us under that much pressure. I imagine this will be a either a Spell Queller or an Empyrean Eagle. That's a great draw. Just going to pass with Fatal Push and Stomp available. Now what I really hope is that okay. I'm probably going to try and pick fights with a view to losing them on the opponent's turn to catch as much as possible with the Witch's Vengeance. I think that has to be the plan. If they, yeah, they might well company. We'll have to see. They certainly are pretending to have one. We can probably take 3. Okay. In that case, I'm going to not lean so hard on the Witch's Vengeance. I'm just going to try and clean up and see what... Okay, that's fine. See what we draw. Because Bolus, for example, is really good here. Knock a card out their hand. Hopefully something decent. Because this deck can flood, and they probably don't need many more lands, so if they're just discarding land, that's not Not so exciting. Discarding a spell is quite exciting. This cannot block, so we should definitely attack. I'm a little bit worried about their ability to either play 2 lords or company into 2 lords and, like, yeah, do pretty significant work through the bolus. Okay, so those are pretty lousy hits, which is absolutely great for us. The Witch's Vengeance should get them. Yeah, the Witch's Vengeance will win the game. So that's nice. Old Witchy V. Witchy V. I like to make up names for cards. Steam Vents is Steamy V. I call that. I've got loads of stupid ones. None of them are very clever or funny. Okay, well, we are looking pretty good. That's not a bad fallback, is it? Let's just do this. They're probably still supposed to sack it, I guess. I don't know, do I have to cast the Fatal Push, or can I decline? Oh, it doesn't matter. They gave up. Woo! This deck is fun. Tends to always have lots of options because it's like good enough at keeping the cards flowing between the adventure cards and the actress and stuff like that. Yeah, this deck is cool. And obviously, everyone loves casting Grixis cards. Magic's naughtiest shard. Is that a thing? It probably is the naughtiest shard. Got another opponent. Jafuyo. It's better. Hopefully we'll play like a Llanowar Elves or something for me to kill. That's nice. Thank you for complying, Jafuyo. So, depending on what they do, I imagine I'm just supposed to play the Watery Grave tapped and cast Thoughtseize. I'm not sure. So they can't fight and kill an Atris this turn, so I'm just going to cast it. I'll almost certainly take the pile with 2 cards in. Unless the 1 card is like a bolus or something. Which, actually, we can cast. We have triple black, okay. Seems to not be a very easy decision for the opponent. You'll go. Bolus is a thing. I will block if they attack. I will gladly block. Okay, that's pretty rubbish. I suppose they could play a Nykthos, use their floating mana to make a big thing. Yeah, no, this is quite powerful actually. Ooh. Yep. It's going to be a giant voracious Hydra. Oh, it's not that big. Just a 6/7, casual 6/7, no big deal. Okay, that too. Yeah, that's fine. And by fine, I mean quite bad for me. Knock a card out. I assume it would be this forest. The reason I did that is that it protects the bolus very well and I didn't have to shock myself, whereas playing a sort of exposed bolus has limited appeal. This isn't good. What have they drawn? Planeswalker. No, it's okay, that's fine. I can handle that. Wow. It's not very often that you decline to cast bolus a couple turns in a row. But this is going to leave me in a position where I can just run away with the game, hopefully. Because, like, on average, my cards are so much better than theirs. They've got Llanowar Elves and Wolf Willow Haven in their deck, whereas I've just got stuff like this. What's this, a X spell? An X spell that they're not casting for the full amount. Oh no, it's a Nissa, okay. Alright, well I'm going to have to Murderous Rider that. Which is fine. Hopefully we'll draw a land so we can play the Bone Crusher Giant too. We do take quite a lot of damage there. Ooh. Right. Just going to destroy the Nissa for now. And pass. Can't attack. So that got a bit dicey pretty fast, because Nissa's just crazy good. We are dead to another Nissa, aren't we? So hopefully they haven't drawn that. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. How unfortunate for the opponent. I assume they have to attack to get the bolus off, which means we get to eat something. That's all at me, okay. We'll go to 2. Land is pretty nice. Lets me... Ooh, Fatal Push is also pretty nice. Everything's going well. They should exile the forest from their hand, I presume. I'm a bit worried about my life total, so I think I want to play the Murderous Rider just as a 2-3. And then I'm trying to decide between playing the Bone Crusher Giant or having Fatal Push. Just killing one of the things with 2 devotion, just in case it matters. And the reason to attack and exert is that it's the same as blocking, but it gets in for 4. Like, it negates one of their attackers. Is what I mean when I say it's the same as blocking. So how do we lose from here? Walking Ballista? Can't think of anything else. And we can't beat a Ballista anyway, so yeah, I think this is fine. It's the best we can do. Hopefully we don't die. Kind of feels like if they had it, they would have done it. Yeah, cool. Do you want Damping Sphere for Nykthos and Wolf Willow Haven? Probably. Don't think I want much else. Yeah, we'll just try that. Just switch a couple of things out. That felt basically fine, so I'm not going to change too much. I think this is good enough. Mana's a bit awkward. We don't have blue. We don't have untapped black on turn 1, but can't win them all. Oh, they've got it. That's not good. I'm just going to waste my energy in order to find out what's up. Jesus, Vivian. The Wolf Willow Haven's not a thing. Vivian is 100% a thing. 2 Vivians is quite scary. they can still cast their Vivian this turn. What? That didn't work the way I thought it would. Oh. That, I thought, yeah. You can probably tell what I thought. I'm a bit disappointed. In that case, it was clearly better to stomp, but whatever. Not grumpy. Here comes Vivian. No? Oh god, not Nissa. Fuck. This game's done, isn't it? We can't really beat that. No amount of Glory Bringers can save me. Yeah. It's fine. That's fine. That was a brutal sequence. Like, for that not to work the way I thought it did was upsetting, and then obviously some more bad things happened. I don't know. I'm conscious of raising my curve too high, but more removal seems really good. I'm going to sideboard like that. Keep. This seems like a good hand. Yeah, that turn the opponent just got to have was disgusting. I'm glad it doesn't always do that. It's by no means a hot take, but Nissa's not okay. The Mirari's Wake that shits out 3/3s. It's gross. Is it the Wolf Willow Haven? It's not. It is, sort of. Our turns are pretty scripted. We're likely to, if this goes 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, both halves as a 5-drop. So we're just going to do that unless something changes our plan. Okay. I think this does change my plan. To see what they've got going on, but that felt like quite a good turn for us. Yeah, I think that's all right. Ooh, that is a good one. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. They've gone from having like 7 mana back down to having 4. Sorry, 8 mana back down to having 4. This is a good thing. Just play a creature. Just play a stupid creature. It's another burning tree or something, is it? That definitely counts as a stupid creature. I can get behind that. Man, the difference, like the difference, the delta between the best and worst case scenario with Burning Tree Emissary is huge, isn't it? So often it's the start of the most obnoxious turn you've ever seen, but sometimes it's just trash. Let's see what they get. Trying to think what would be good. The boat. Okay, that's fine. They can't cast it. This is good. This is unbelievable. Everything's great. I'd say that was a pretty good turn. Pew, 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 pew. Don't know how they get out of this. That ain't it. That's a relief. Those are probably the 2 best cards they could have seen, but I don't know how much difference it's going to make. I think this is correct. Exerting slows my clock down a lot, but it also cuts down their devotion. So they draw the Nissa that they've just topped. Presumably play it. Deal 3 to Chandra. They're going to make the boat. And what are they going to hurt? This? Or this? Wow. So they still take 2. No, they don't, because it's an ability. They don't take 2. Okay. So that has slowed our clock down a lot. So they can play Nissa, untap a forest and activate it, crew this, attack, kill that, deal 6 here, and then be dead. I'm trying to think if there's anything worse that can happen. I don't know. One good thing is if we lose another 2 permanents, we get to escape Croaxer. Is it 2 more? Yeah, if we lose 2 more cards, we get to escape Croaxer, which will deal 3. If we get to untap with Chandra, that's 2. So we're very, very close. I think we've got it. I'm not sure, though. Not 100% sure. I am 100% sure that this version of Grixis is fun. I think it might be my favourite. The annoying thing is I don't own very much of it in paper, so I have to spend money. But, or some trades. Maybe I could trade for the cards I no longer wish to play. Stupid cards like Drown in the Lock turned out to be a letdown. And Jacerin's Prodigy, whilst a very good card, isn't seemingly as good in this. Well, it's not good in this sort of aggressive shell. Opponent, I assume, is going through every option, trying to figure out how they don't die. I hope they come to the same conclusion I did, which is that they do die. Oh, they did! Yay! Huzzah! 3-0. That's better than I expected. Played a paper tournament last weekend, so a week ago I played a sort of large, sort of 200 player modern thing, and I did terribly. I was playing Team of Snow and I went 3-4, which is like the worst I've done at one of those things for ages, and it was really disappointing. I also made a massive punt in round 7. It was like the miserable cherry on top of the you haven't done very well cake. Luckily, it hasn't in any way dented my love of the game, so we're still going to be making these stupid videos for your pleasure, and for mine, to be fair. I enjoy making them. I enjoy comments and chatting to you lot, and yeah, it's a pleasure for me as well, so thank you for watching them. It's about, yeah, well, I was going to say it's about time we trophied one of these, but the being 3-0 thing kind of adds some pressure to that statement. Cool. Oh, sure. This hand is close to being good. We just need a black source. Hope they don't play anything that I have to fatal push. Oh, that's so good. That's completely... That's so gas. That means... You've completely fixed my mana, opponent, you absolute legend. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That's the best Urborg of my life. If I was the opponent, I'd be so tilted. Oh, jokes. Okay. Hopefully we'll get to untap, although... Well, they did take one of them, which implies they might be bothered about them. Dreadbore, okay, that's fine. So it's a bit of a mirror match then, it would seem. Got me. I assume they take my bolus and leave me top decking. Unless they have a creature to play. So the best possible draw here is Fabled Passage, I think. That's also good. Blue, red, colourless, black. Let's hope they can't escape their Croaxer. They can't! Yay! Martinez, you suck. For anyone, if any of you ever watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there's a, I don't want to say a character, that's the wrong word, but there's like one of the characters does a character called Martina Martinez, who's just totally terrible, and it's great. She's this well, she's played by, so the character's name is Dee, who's a sort of unlikable, skinny white woman pretending to be a kind of sassy Latina. Sort of, yeah. It's bizarre. Might have been correct for me to hold that, so that if I get Croaxed, I can discard it to get my own Croaxer back to kill them. But I think we've got there. Cool. So, yeah, if we play this like a modern Jund mirror, we take out discard. And we bring in discard. Ha ha ha. That wasn't a funny joke. I'll play a couple ley lines and just... yeah, just hope we only draw them in the opener. I'm not going to mulligan for them or anything, but seems good enough when we've got nothing else to bring in and they're playing Croaxers. I don't think this is very good. This looks a lot better. Yep. Okay. That was a good draw. We just want to keep hitting land drops. To be 100% honest, that is all we care about. That is a swamp. Oh, it's the basic lands one. Okay. Can't really let them keep that. Nice. Hopefully we get to untap with that. Nice. Forgot to use my Chandra then, which is a bit loose, but we'll remember post-combat. Okay. They're going to really need to do something pretty special to win from here. I suppose I should plus first to be safe. No, we don't prefer that to the other option. Nice. I was a bit worried when I made this deck that the curve would be too high and it would be clunky, but actually it's been fine, hasn't it? We've not had like zero sort of tempo problems. It's been quite smooth. We've always been able to use almost all our mana every turn and stuff, so this is good. This is fun. Quite excited about this build, I have to say. I think I'm going to give it some pay it enough attention to really figure out if it's good. So you can expect more of this shit over the next couple of weeks, I'm afraid. Sorry if it's not your bag. Oh, did you notice the last 3 videos on this channel have featured Once Upon a Time and then it got banned? So I'm claiming that one. The Team of Delirium deck and the Infect deck, because obviously I invented Infect as an archetype. That credit where it's due. I invented that and then it got banned. This deck is awesome. It's super good. Like, everything works. All the cards are good on their own. They're all good together. We just need an opponent. It's a weekend. It's like a time of day where pretty much reasonably people from anywhere could be awake, although I guess maybe it's too early for Americans. How is it taking so long to get an opponent was my point, but yes, good hand. Bit of a painful start, but it's fine. As long as we're not against mono red. This is where the Thoughtseizes reveals a handful of red cards, isn't it? And I'd cringe. Oh, it's that shit. I haven't played against this more than maybe once or twice, so the truth is I don't know how this is going to go. I'm concerned that they didn't play the Godless Shrine, though. Unless they've got something to cycle, maybe. Let's get some pressure down. Knock a card out their hand. See what we got. One of these, I'd imagine. Like, the temptation to play the Bone Crusher Giant just to get the pressure up is immense, but I really feel like I need to have access to Stomp when they try and make one of their things big. Okay. I think I've fucked it up by taking Stomp down last turn. I don't like this, but they're not going to give me a window to cast Stomp without the blessing up anyway. That's quite good, because that might allow me to double removal spell to kill that Hateful Eidolon. Ginger Brute I'm not bothered about. Nice. More removal is great. I think it was wrong to tap the Blood Crypt there. Should have tapped the Steam Vents for red. But we got away with it. Okay. So they do still have a Karametra's bracing that I need to be aware of, that I should not have removed from the viewer. I was so sure they would protect it, but I made a mistake. Yeah, we've got 2 removals, quite a lot of pressure. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. This is fine. Okay. Just going to pass. We've got enough pressure in play. Murderous Rider, as in the swift end half of it, might matter. It doesn't have lifelink, does it? No blocks. I think I made a mistake because we're now dead to a second one of these, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I fucked that up so bad. Oh, that's upsetting. That's really annoying because I think this Boggles deck is so shit. I shouldn't be able to lose to it. We're basically pre-sideboarded. I'm not going to change anything. Oh, that's a tilt. That is a tilt. Come on, Chris. If I'd fired off the Murderous Rider on my turn, they would have had to use one of those as a protection spell. And I would have taken 4 instead. No, because I would have... Yeah, I would have been fine. Fuck. That's stupid. Anyway. We'll be fine. We will be fine. I'm happy with a 4-1 if we only get a 4-1, but I'm going to try and take the next 2 games off them. Teach them a lesson for playing this stupid deck. I just don't think... I think, like, auras as a card type are all bad. Except for maybe in Limited, but I don't even really like them in Limited. Obviously, in the current set, you have to play some, don't you? Like... There are plenty of them that I take quite highly in the current set, like the red 4-mana one that's a removal spell and stuff, but yeah, I just don't like auras in general. Good hand. Okay. Let's see what's up. Have to take the best card. And I think I should have played the other Aether Hub here. If I had... No, we'd just... Yeah, we'd be at 2 energy now. So, yeah. Got a bit loose these last few minutes, to say the least. Okay. Decent sideboard card, but it shouldn't matter. Not going to attack. Okay. Those weren't very good. If I'd planned that turn a bit better, I would have got a shock land out instead of playing the mountain. I was thinking about using Croaxer and stuff, and then I could just kind of change my mind halfway through, which is whenever you read articles by really good players, they say things like plan out your whole turn in advance, make sure you don't, do what I just did, essentially. I think at this point they're not supposed to attack. Wow, okay. Just trades for that Karamitra's Blessing, pretty much. Or the creature, of course. Which is fine too. Pro black is annoying. Oh, we're going to eat my Croaker. Yep, seems smart. This, unfortunately, doesn't kill it, but at least it doesn't make me kill one of my own creatures because it specifies that an opponent controls. I've had problems before where I've played like I think it was a Viridian Corruptor. It's like a Rex Sage with Infect. And my opponent was able to flicker their only artifact by playing a Flicker Wisp or something through an Aether Vial. And then I can't remember. They basically made it so I had to destroy my own Spellskite. It was pretty upsetting. I'm not sure I'm playing very well. In fact, I'm fairly sure I'm playing quite badly. But we'll have to see. This race is close. I mean, we're like a glory bringer away from just annihilating them, aren't we? But that's not a card you can just guarantee you're going to draw. Fuck, that's good. Fuck. They should just send that one. That's still 2-turn clock, yeah. So now we really need to draw exactly Glorybringer. I don't think any other card in our deck does it at this point. It's pro black, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we died. That was an annoying end because I don't know why anyone would play that deck, even though it's putting up results. It just looks horrible. But then we got beaten, didn't we? So maybe it's better than the sum of its parts. Anyways, where is it? I was trying to do the view deck thing. We'll have to go back over here. Yeah, I was happy with that. I thought that looked good and played out really well. So maybe this deck has a future. If you'd like to suggest anything, pop it in the comments and we'll see if we can make the archetype better together. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys next time.